the helpless child. In the quiet village of Ashby-le Woods, nestled in the heart of the English countryside, there lived a young girl named Elspeth Worthington. Elspeth was no ordinary child, she possessed a kindness and gentleness that seemed almost otherworldly. She had lost her parents at a very young age and had been left to the care of her elderly grandmother, Lady Beatrice Worthington, who, despite her love for Elspeth, was often too frail to provide the guidance and care a growing child needed. Elspeth's days were filled with the solitude of the moors and the dense forests that surrounded Ashby-le Woods. Though the villagers were kind to her, they were also preoccupied with their own lives, and so Elspeth grew up mostly alone, learning the ways of the world from the wild animals she befriended and the books she found in her grandmother's dusty old library. One cold winter's day, as the village prepared for the annual Christmas festivities, a heavy snowstorm swept through Ashby-le Woods, leaving the village buried under a thick blanket of snow. The storm was so severe that it cut off the village from the rest of the world. Elspeth, ever the wanderer, found herself caught in the middle of the storm while exploring the forest. She had gone further than usual, following the tracks of a wounded deer she had been trying to help. As the snow piled up around her, she realized that she was lost, far from the safety of her grandmother's cottage. The wind howled through the trees, and the cold seeped into her bones, making her feel more helpless and alone than she had ever felt before. Despite her fear, Elspeth pressed on, determined to find her way back, but as night fell, the forest seemed to close in around her, its once familiar paths now obscured by the snow. As she wandered through the snow-covered forest, Elspeth stumbled upon an old, abandoned church. The church was a relic from a bygone era, its stone walls cracked and weathered by time. The large wooden doors creaked as she pushed them open, revealing a dark, musty interior lit only by the faint glow of the moon through the broken windows. Seeking shelter from the storm, Elspeth made her way inside and curled up in a pew, hoping to stay warm until morning. As she drifted in and out of sleep, she thought she heard the soft sound of footsteps echoing through the church. Fear gripped her heart, but she was too exhausted to move. Suddenly, a warm hand gently touched her shoulder. Startled, she looked up to see an old man with a kind face and twinkling blue eyes. He introduced himself as Father Barnabas, the last vicar of the church, who had passed away many years ago. Elspeth was too shocked to speak, but Father Barnabas reassured her that he meant no harm and had come to help her. He told her stories of the church's past, of the people who once filled its pews, and of the love and faith that had kept the village together through the darkest of times. His words brought comfort to Elspeth, and she soon fell into a peaceful sleep.